Now, if you're trying to lose fat, build muscle, or improve your health, there's a good chance you're tracking the wrong number. Because weight doesn't tell the whole story. You can lose fat, gain muscle, improve your fitness, and step on the scale only to see the exact same number staring back at you. And that's one of the biggest reasons people quit. Today, I'm going to show you 5 things I learned after using the Hume Pod for the past month, including one surprising metric that completely changed how I look at my progress. And make sure you stick around until the end because I'll show you how the Hume Pod compares to the Wingdings in-body scans, DEXA scans, and budget body composition scales so you can decide if it's actually worth buying. Let's get into it. Now, for years, most of us have been told that weight is the number that matters. The lower the number, the healthier you are. But the reality is a lot more complicated than that, okay? Imagine 2 people who both weighed 200 pounds. One could have significantly more muscle mass and lower body fat. The other could have higher body fat and lower muscle mass. They have the same weight, sure, completely different body composition though. And that's why weight by itself can be misleading. In fact, you can be doing everything right, eating better, training consistently, walking more, sleeping better, and your weight barely moves. Now, that doesn't mean you're not making progress. It just means you're measuring progress with the wrong tool. The real goal isn't simply losing weight. The goal is losing fat, maintaining or building muscle, improving health markers, and understanding what's actually happening inside your body. That's why body compositions matter. And that's where the Hume Pod comes in. Now, the Hume Pod is a body analyzer designed to give you a much deeper understanding of your body composition than a traditional scale. And that's an important distinction, okay? This is not a smart scale. It's a body analyzer. Instead of simply showing your weight, the Hume Pod measures over 40 different health metrics. Things like body fat percentage, muscle mass, visceral fat, hydration levels, metabolic age, segmental muscle distribution, and a lot more. The reason it can do this because it uses 8-frequency BIA system. That's the same type of bioelectrical impedance technology used in professional in-body machines found in gyms and clinics. The big difference is that this works at home. No appointments, no clinic visits, no paying for scans every time, right? According to Hume, the pod is validated at 98% accuracy compared to the DEXA scans, which are often considered a gold standard for body composition measurement. So instead of only measuring your lower body like many budget scales, the Hume Pod scans the entire body, including your arms, torso, and legs. And that's where the retractable handle comes in. Now, the first thing that stood out for me was the scanning process. To use it, you simply step into the pod barefooted and you pull up the handle. The scan only takes a few moments as well, and once it's finished, your results automatically appear inside the app. What makes this different from any lower cost body composition devices is that the pod measures your upper body as well. Most budget body composition scales only send signals through your lower body and estimate everything else. The Hume Pod actually measures your arms, torso, and legs individually. That gives you much more complete picture of what's happening throughout your body. And when you're tracking progress over weeks and months, accuracy and consistency matter. Now, this is one of the coolest parts of the experience. Inside the app, you'll find a humanoid body diagram that breaks down your body composition by different body segments. You can see muscle and fat distribution across different parts of your body. You can see your left arm, torso, left leg, and right leg. Instead of getting one giant number, you're getting a visual representation of where your body composition actually sits. This can help identify imbalances and provide more context than a simple weight reading ever could. Now, for people who train regularly, this can be incredibly interesting because it gives you insights that traditional scales simply can't provide. Now this is where things started getting really useful. The Hume app doesn't just show you today's numbers. It tracks trends over time. And honestly, trends are far more valuable than individual readings. Anyone can have a random fluctuation on a single day. Water retention, sleep, stress, a big meal, all of these can impact measurements. But when you start looking at progress over weeks and months, patterns begin to appear. You can see whether your body fat percentage is moving in the right direction, whether muscle mass is increasing, whether visceral fat is improving, and that context is incredibly valuable. Because again, the goal isn't just losing weight, okay? The goal is improving body composition. Now, another thing I like is how the ecosystem works together. The Hume Pod can sync with Apple Health, Google Fit, and Hume Band devices. This means your body composition data can be viewed alongside other health information. Things like sleep, activity, recovery, daily movement, and overall health trends. Instead of looking at a body composition in isolation, you start seeing the bigger picture. And the more context you have, the easier it becomes to make smarter decisions. Now let's talk about the thing that surprised me the most. Not my weight, not even body fat percentage. It was seeing how multiple metrics move together over time. When most people think about progress, they immediately think, the weight scale, right? Like how heavy you are. But when you start looking at body fat percentage, muscle mass, visceral fat, hydration, and other metrics together, you begin to understand what's actually happening. And that's what changed my perspective. Instead of obsessing over one number, I started looking at trends. And honestly, that's a much healthier way to track progress, because your body is more than a number on a scale. Now let's talk about comparisons, because I know that's what many of you are searching for, right? If you're looking at Winding's body scan, the Hume Pod is a direct competitor. Both focus on body composition, both actually offers app integrations, both aim to provide more insight than traditional scales. The biggest difference is price and positioning. If you're considering an in-body scan, those are typically found in gyms and clinics. They're excellent machines, sure, but they're also significantly more expensive and far less convenient. You have to go somewhere every time you want a scan. With the Hume Pod, it's available whenever you need it at home. Then there's the DEXA. DEXA is still considered the gold standard, of course, but most people aren't scheduling regular DEXA appointments every week or every month. Those scans can be expensive and require clinic visits. The Hume Pod aims to bring much of that body composition insight into your home. Finally, when compared to budget body composition scales like Renpho or eTech City, the biggest difference is that those devices often estimate much of the body instead of measuring it directly. For someone serious about tracking body composition trends over time, the Hume Pod provides a more comprehensive approach. So after using the Hume Pod, who do you think this is for? If you're serious about fitness, if you're trying to lose fat like I am, if you're trying to build muscle, if you're frustrated with traditional scales, or if you simply want better data about your health, I think this makes a lot of sense. The biggest takeaway for me isn't that it gives you more numbers, okay? It's that it helps you focus on the right numbers. Because weight alone doesn't tell the full story. Body composition does. And that's really what the Hume Pod is all about. If you want to check it out for yourself, I've got a link down in the description below. Let me know in the comments as well if you have any questions at all and what metric you track most often today. Weight, body fat percentage, muscle mass, or something entirely different. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.